Hey!
Good evening.
And the third one made it. Hopefully his mic works.
Got in with 10 seconds to spare.
And
oh, sounds like he's listening to some music or something.
Nope, he's not paying attention.
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why.
So
I was able to hear just like a second ago.
So we will let Brian figure out his equipment, which is great. He'll give us a thumbs up when he can actually hear us. But tonight we're going to have some fun. We are going to start a new series that we're going to do. And it's going to be a competition because, you know, we're three guys.
Everything we do is
yeah, I have no clue what's going on here.
It has to be a competition. And so I'm going to mute Brian. That way we don't have to worry about that. And
I got nothing.
We can tell.
I'll try to get this fixed.
Anyway, so what we're going to do is we are going to try to do this once a month for sure. He actually was having problems. So we're going to have somebody else choose random 3 bourbons, whiskeys, rums, whatever we have on the shelf. Mm-hmm. And we are going to compete to see who can get the closest.
Identify what they are.
Yep. And we'll talk over those categories coming up here. Each episode is going to have a winner. And out of the year, whoever has the most wins. The other 2 people have to buy that person, and I'll say this again when Brian comes back, a quality bourbon.
A quality bourbon.
Whose opinion of quality?
Group consistent. We'll say we'll put it in a price range. That way, at least if it's not quality, it's worth something. I don't know.
Quality is voted on by Patreon.
I like it. Go. There we go. Yeah, Patreon members will give us a list of 10 acceptable bottles.
Just trying to think of how I protect myself when I win from getting some of Brian's just bad bourbon.
Yeah. Or, I mean, the Patreon may, like, if you take the win, just really want to expose you to new stuff. And so they're going to give us 10 exceptional bourbons to buy you, which will make it even more fun. So that is what we're going to do. Hopefully Brian will be able to fix this stuff coming up here and everything like that. But this first round, my lovely wife, Heather, rated my shelves and picked 3. And so what we have to identify as we do this is our type, the age, the proof, and the distillery are the 4 things that we have to figure out. I'm guessing you can hear us now.
4?
Yeah.
First word, 4.
4 things we got to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I only have 3. So how's that going to work?
Type, age.
No. There are
proof,
3 bourbons
you
have to figure out, or not bourbons. There are 3 things you have to figure out the 4 categories.
Hey, Nick.
So, hey, Nick, thanks for
joining
joining. So that is what we had to figure out. It'll be a lot of fun. As we're doing this, my wife gets to raid
the shelf some more and
figure out what it is she wants to drink along the way. And
what happened to Brian? He's just gone.
We lost Brian again. So this could be really like, I have a chance of winning this one, which is great. So
we getting this, kicking this off?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
So I hope you guys enjoy them.
I do.
Ooh. Okay, do we have
I mean, they did come from your shelf, so I would think that you would enjoy them.
I do.
Possibly.
I do. So, Brian, just so you know, it is going to be type, age, proof, and distillery for each that we got to figure out.
Yeah.
Ooh. I recognize the nose on the first one, but I don't know which nose it is. I just know I've smelt it before.
Well, I tried to.
This could be a you smelt it, you dealt it situation, considering these are yours.
No, I have a kid now. It's always the kid's fault.
This isn't really a hint, but like I got things that were
fuller and I haven't drank for a while.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Less common. So
So,
a little off the beaten path.
and for those of you that haven't been following the Instagram, I just got back from Disney World, and I got to build a lightsaber.
He's gonna nerd out. Yeah.
Oh,
It's so cool.
The other part, he had to leave behind with the in-laws to drive back up.
Yep.
He didn't want to carry it on the plane.
yeah.
He was very concerned.
For the cheap price, I'm sure.
It was free for me. Thank you to my amazing in-laws.
Oh, that's the best kind right there.
Dang it.
Free.
I know this knows.
Good luck. So how am I scoring you all? So you're going to tell me, so you're going to start with like number 1 and you're going to tell me all the things and I got to score you.
Yeah, I like
1
that.
point for each one that's correct.
Yeah.
Now, are we given any ranges on these or just 100% blind?
100% blind.
Okay.
Good luck, sir.
And then I'll have to keep tally.
Yes.
So I keep scoring here.
Mm-hmm.
So I texted you guys. I found the Buffalo Trace store pick single barrel today. The Elijah Craig Rye and the Elijah Craig Toasted. One of them has definitely disappointed. Do you want to know which?
The Elijah Craig Rye.
Nope.
Oh,
Buffalo Trace store pick?
interesting.
It's just like a Buffalo, like it's just like Buffalo Trace. Like there's nothing unique about
Mm-hmm.
their store pick. Like it does. Like, oh hey, let's pick the safest bottle single
I
barrel.
mean,
we
Brian,
can
it's Buffalo
possibly do.
Trace. It's like
It's
it's
just-
good,
yeah,
but it's actually
it's
is Buffalo. That's not even a single barrel. It's like a blended.
Yeah, it was.
No,
it
it's
has
just a
a
single
thing
barrel?
on their single barrel. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I think they used
So-
to do some like selected blends or something, but
Yeah, I was hoping for like just something, just still Buffalo Trace, but something extra somewhere, and it was just Buffalo Trace. So. No, but the Elijah Craig Rye actually, like you guys were saying, didn't get great reviews, but for a $30 rye, I feel like you're getting what you paid for.
There you go.
I mean,
What?
yeah. So what else is in that category? Because that's what I was like when you're thinking.
Oh, I would
yeah,
get
it's
old
a
for
$30
rye.
rye.
Old for
Well,
rye over it any day.
But
I would
that's
say
$20. So that's
gotta
a
blind-
third of the price. Or you
blind
go
it
a
off.
little bit more and you just get one of the High West store picks.
Well, I was going to say you blind it off against High West Double Rye and see which one's better.
That's true. Then the Wild Turkey 101 rye, I thought about actually getting to compare it against.
That'd probably be better too. All right. Number 2, I have no idea. I've never smelt this nose. It's not one of mine. She threw something in.
You tasted it yet?
Just
Number
now.
1 does taste and smell very familiar.
Oh. This was a poor buy.
What?
I'm going to be disappointed when I find out what this is.
I don't.
Poor buy.
Well, I
like
mean,
it's one that you bought that you were disappointed about later?
I
Is
mean,
that what you're saying?
compared to number 1, this one isn't nearly as good.
You're
which is
liking
interesting.
number 1?
I do.
Of course you
I'm
guys
not going
would.
to give you any
gonna be
hints, sir.
interesting.
We'll leave that to Brian.
Well, it's time for
That's
my first rate of your
Yeah, just
bar back here.
don't rip the microphone out.
Number 1, I would have thought was Kings County, except I knew Brian sent that, not you.
Well, the good news is I can
Yeah.
smell
It's
them
like
all.
all smoky char.
Yeah, that's probably
Just
why
like,
I like it.
oh, let me chew on this barrel stave
Yeah.
over here.
That Kings County was dark though.
Yeah.
It had the color of an 18-year
Is that even?
and the
is that
taste
even-
of something much less.
I like number 2.
I figured as much. Oh, there you go.
He considering he got all offended and up in arms when TJ said he didn't like it. We assume that Chuck did.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try this redwood again. The bourbon.
Of course,
All right,
I'm in
so-
a strong disadvantage here because TJ knows what's on his shelf. Chuck knows what's on TJ's shelf.
Not
and
really.
I've never paid close enough attention to know what's on TJ's shelf.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Well, the good thing is you just have to come up with those categories,
Yeah.
so you don't have to identify exactly what it is. You just kind of have to get close.
Well,
Yeah, and-
we do have to guess distillery, which is
I was gonna say,
Right.
about as
That's true.
specific as it gets.
the difference, though, too, to be fair, Brian, that it heavily favors when it gets to your turn of randomly choosing things on your shelf because we have no idea what's on your shelf, and you have like 6 bourbons on your shelf, is all.
That's
so,
true.
like, you got pretty good odds.
and if I have Rachel pick from like the special shelf, then like it's even less. So
Mhm.
you'll get better stuff, but you're more inclined to lose. So it's kind of like, which do you want?
Well, I will say all 3 are very different.
Yes.
That's good.
2 and 3 are more similar to me. Still different, but
2 and 3. Yeah, I know what 3 is.
Okay.
there it is.
Nailed it.
I also have to like
Do we
keep
have
in
any
mind
context for are these like 3 different things?
she
like-
hasn't told me jack.
So hypothetically,
Wait,
they
What'd you
could
say
be
about?
3
So it's not
bourbons.
Jack.
Yeah, which by the way, which one? I have a bone to pick with both of you. Which one of you two paid off my wife, by the way, because she served the spiciest jalapeno infused dinner ever tonight and burnt my
Nice.
palate blind. I know one of you two were part of this.
It was spicy. It was a spicy
That girl, Heather.
Thai basil dish.
Ooh,
That was
that sounds
good.
Very
delicious.
nice.
It was very
Yeah.
good.
Well, for those of you that know me, I don't like spicy food. My wife loves it. So when she goes, "Wow, this is a little spicy tonight," yeah,
It's up there.
Hmm.
I followed the directions.
I think
It
you
said
should be
one
happy.
jalapeno.
A, you found someone to marry you, and then B, that you found someone that's actually willing to cook for you. Like, and you just need to count that as a win. And stop the
Yeah.
whining.
Take what you can.
yeah. Apparently,
Even though your taste buds are scalded.
yeah. Good luck tonight.
She gave you an excuse, TJ, when you lose. You're like, it was the peppers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he will say.
Yeah. She's just trying to look out for you. Trying to help your ego.
I mean,
Preserve it.
I went.
There's no need for that.
I went in as Larry, so I'm just expecting to be made fun of.
Can't wait to see what y'all think about
All right, so to get a point for proof, how close do we have to be? What do we want to make it? 5 points?
That seems fair.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
within 5 is fair. And double points if you're exact.
Okay. So that'd be 2 points opposed to 1 point. So
Yes.
So Nicholas has a question.
Mm.
Kind of like on The Price is Right. Like when you guess the exact right price on The Price is Right, boom.
all right, Nick. So what distillery is most represented on my shelf? So one is obviously Maker's Mark because I am part of
Yeah.
their subscription service.
That's
So
like that whole shelf right
yeah.
behind me.
So 4 times a year they send me 2 bottles. I am very grateful for that. So that automatically like really loads them up. The next biggest one is my wife's, which is Four Roses and Booker's.
I'm glad that you said that I was mine. The
Yes.
Four Roses.
Uh,
you like to claim those as yours.
Yeah, we have 9 out of the 10 recipes for Four Roses barrel strength. When we get all 10, I got to get another one because one of them's almost gone. I've quit drinking the Four Roses barrel strength because my hope is for all you Patreon guys that are getting the samples, we're going to do another big shebang live stream where we do all 10 samples blind with each other. So that'd be a heck of a drinking night. But we want to do that. And then my personal one that I collect all the time is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proofs. So I have all of the 2021s and 2020s, and I'm starting on the 22s. So But Makers is the biggest one just because I get the bottle sent to my house, which is
Yeah, my first
wonderful.
thought was probably Makers and Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Number 3 is interesting.
Yes, I thought about going with a category and being able to tell you all like what the category was.
Yeah.
And I like started that way with 1 and 2, then 3, and then it wasn't quite matching up, and so there's not a category. Sorry. The category is TJ's shelf.
TJ Shelf.
I'll take it.
That's what you get.
I don't know.
This is the game you wanted to play.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder of a game than I realized.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not actually talking a lot. I'm just trying to think what these are. So, sorry, audience, if you don't have these, just pour 3 yourself and play along.
Yeah. Blindfolded. Good luck.
Yeah, do your own blind, mix it around, and
Grab a bottle, pour it.
Good luck. Yeah, on that. Well, I think I've got all my wrong guesses in, which is good. So this will be fun.
So on type, how specific do we have to be?
So what we're looking for is like bourbon, rye, finished bourbon, Irish whiskey.
Oh, we gotta do finished
could,
or
yeah.
not finished.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought it was just like rye, bourbon, whiskey.
You got to put finished or not finished.
I want to go back to Whiskey Tornado's channel.
Where he just sends us stuff that's like 138.
Well, he breaks those into. It was broken into 2 categories.
Oh, so you
Well,
like
do we
it
want
easier.
another? Do we
You
want
wanna go
another
back to where it's
category? Finished
easier?
or not finished?
I think we break that into categories.
Okay, so we add another category: finished or not finished. All right.
We're figuring this out on the fly, as you can tell, folks.
Okay.
But there's going to be lots of episodes, so by 32, when Brian
So
and
we're
I have to
having-
buy Chuck a
Well,
bottle.
I hope I have all this information. Otherwise, I'm
So
just
we're
gonna
ha-
be like, "Here's the bottle."
So to be clear, it's bourbon, finished, bourbon, non-finished.
No, so it's bourbon, rye, whiskey, scotch, things like that, and then finished yes or finished no.
Okay. If it's just finished in anything, we don't have to be able to identify. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add? Location.
Okay. Latitude and longitude within 5 degrees. Go.
Well, that would be under distillery.
Isn't that what you have to do with wine? You have to get the.
You have to get the
terroir.
region.
You
Yeah.
have to get the
That's why I will never be a sommelier because
Yeah.
it ain't going to happen.
Because you stink at geography.
Yeah. No. Because I'd be like, it's red.
Tastes good.
Is that worth a point?
1 is very pleasant. I'm glad you chose.
Of course,
one.
you guys would think so.
Yeah. I'm getting the smoke and charcoal now this time. Okay.
Wait, why does Charlie not like it?
Because it's
Too
smoke and charcoal.
smoky.
Yeah.
Oh,
Too much
okay.
for him, which makes
Okay.
me like question everything I wrote
It's
down.
too much
because
like a
it's definitely not
non-finished
that.
bourbon for Chuck.
Yeah. It's got too many of those complex smoky notes. You just can't handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got smoke combined with like a little bit of vanilla butterscotch, and he's just not his jam.
All the good things.
Guessing this is wrong.
If it's not fruity, Chuck doesn't like it.
Yeah. Fruity spicy.
Fruity pebbles.
And if it doesn't have a big minerality note to it, really
Yeah.
needs that mineral, like
Yeah.
hit you in the face,
Hey.
Flintstone vitamins.
Yeah.
Watch our
Yeah.
best. You
Yeah.
guys chose Dickel, not me.
Yeah, kind of if it has a little bit of a stagnant water must to it, like Chuck gets all happy.
Yeah. Well, the only reason you didn't choose Dickel is because you wanted to say to the world that your palate is better than the Dickel 15 people because you picked a bourbon that was better.
You guys just took the pressure off, so I didn't have to say it. I just chose the other one.
Yeah. You know how many text messages I got from Patreon members worried about me? Like, were you held hostage?
Because you chose Dickel?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, they don't know. 2 years ago, you chose it was a pursuit pick, but it's a a 15-year-old single barrel George Dickel as your best of.
Yeah, but those pursuit picks didn't have any of the Dickley notes like that.
No,
Dickel
what?
15.
You don't, dude. It's like 115 proof. It's like all Dickel.
Send me another sample. We'll see.
No, that bottle's down to like this. That's like when you're here in May.
And my wife has to sleep in the wine cellar because you're getting your basement finished.
That's right.
Apparently on the wine.
Yeah.
On the wine bottles.
How many
Spare
bottles of
bedroom
duck corn
does not
do you
exist.
currently have?
I have a detailed, accurate inventory. And so if any of those bottles are gone, I will know. That's like those fancy hotel rooms. Like I got pressure sensors. You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be Indiana Jones with the.
I'm working on it,
here's the thing,
dodging
Chuck.
the lasers.
Yeah. Knowing they're gone doesn't do you any good if you don't know who has them. So your inventory
would be-
list is great.
He
but if
would
I'm
know.
already 8 hours away.
I would say no. He would know because the empty bottle would be next to her.
Whatever, you would rat me out because you couldn't keep that secret.
That's true.
It was her.
It was her. Don't look at this bottle of bourbon I have over here as I leave.
I'll be honest. I am incredibly thrown by number 2.
I am as well.
Yeah.
So Heather, number 2, are we going to be like? Is this like okay, that's what that is, or is it like, dang, I should have known that?
Don't give him any hints.
TJ,
I'm not at liberty to say.
these are
Oh, come
common
on.
questions.
I've already told you all these are off the beaten path. So
It's the Bradshaw bourbon. There you go.
No, it's definitely not that.
did you buy
That's
that?
better than that.
Giant.
Oh.
Hey.
dome-
Oh, it was
Hey.
the
grain
what was the
note.
country singer that you were thinking about buying his bourbon?
Oh, Brad Paisley.
Oh.
Bradshaw bourbon is the 10th leading bourbon that is selling according to Drizzly. If you watch the latest Fred Minnick, number 1, Widow Jane.
Ooh. Widow Jane 10.
Someone has a Widow Jane
13.
in this group. No, I
13.
don't have 13.
Yeah.
Speaking of, when we were at Disney, we should talk about our bourbon selection when we were at Disney. So, like, of the few selections for pours, Widow Jane was on the list.
Yep.
Was
And
interesting.
they
Wow.
do Knob Creek single barrels and Woodford Reserve single barrels. And if you go to, where did we get cocktails the first time in Animal Kingdom?
The lounge, Nomad Lounge.
Nomad Lounge. You can get an old fashioned with Booker's, and they charge you
Yeah.
the same as Knob Creek because they don't see a difference. So I was like, "Yep, we'll take that Bardstown batch in this old fashioned. Thank you very much."
He did not.
Take the
I would
Bardstown
not have let
batch.
him.
Place built for
Hold the
kids.
bitters.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, hold the bitters.
The syrup.
Yeah. I
and
would
the
like my
ice.
old fashioned neat.
Oh, that was the
Um,
best part. So when we were at the super fancy place to eat dinner, which
it
was
was nicer.
Yeah.
California Grill.
at the top
It's
of
like it's one of the fancier
Yeah.
restaurants.
they were looking at their stuff. So first off, when they do like a pour, it's like halfway
It was.
up the Glencairn for $20. I was like, okay, I can't complain about that. But I was like, oh, I see you have the Knob Creek single barrel pick and the Woodford Reserve single barrel pick. I'll take the Woodford and the Knob. They're like, oh, we're out of those. I was like, oh, well, what do you have? And the guy got really excited and he was like, you want to guess? You guys want to guess what he got really excited because he had?
What do you think they had?
He was super excited about this fancy hotel.
World travelers come here. What do you all want to taste? What does everybody
Blanton's.
want?
Yep.
Yep.
He got really excited. He's like, I got Blanton's. I was like, can you go check and see if you've got those single barrels in, please? And he's like, really? I'm like, yes. He comes
Yes.
back later. We just got him back in. Great. I will take the Woodford and then I will take the Knob Creek. Thank you very much.
Pass on the blankets.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yep, Nick got
Plans.
it.
Winner.
Oh man. So
I mean, but who knew that a place built for kids would have like no concept of how to allocate alcohol properly? So, you know,
Yeah.
Have you been to
just
Disney
before we
World?
fill that halfway up.
Do you know there's like adults that like enjoy going there and regularly do it.
Yeah.
It's not just made for kids, Brian.
Not to mention the
Are you sure about
Instagrammers
that?
and the YouTubers.
It's a real thing. Well, so
I
Epcot,
haven't been. So
you in Epcot, which is more like the adult place because they serve tons of alcohol in Epcot.
I may or may not, for a teaching
Well.
conference, had drank around the world at Epcot.
Huh?
It is a poor life
bragging about
decision. Don't do it.
Man,
Anyway,
I wish I could get invited to a teaching conference there.
I know, right?
You have to be a STEM teacher in high school.
He's in,
I teach a main content area that actually matters.
What's that?
We'll find conferences for you. We'll
Okay.
send you the info.
They're taking registrants for that same conference right now.
Yeah, you think
STEM
considering
Alliance.
like I focus on a tested area, like then they would like care more. But no, that's not the case.
No.
So in Epcot, you got around the world, right? And so in America, they had bourbon slushies.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So you got a bourbon slushie.
Bourbon slushies. It was made with blackberry red stag. It was delicious, though. It was very, very delicious.
It's not joking. That's seriously, yeah.
I did have a very this just goes to show, like, when you're in Disney, like, you don't know what day it is, you really don't know what's going on half the time or anything like that. But I had to look up where in Epcot you could find bourbon, forgetting the fact that the only place bourbon can be made is in America, so probably the America section of Epcot would be the place.
those are phenomenal critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
Powers of deduction.
All right, so Nick, I got a 3-ounce porter of Yamazaki 12 for 20 at a bar in Vegas. I had no idea what they had. Best night ever. Yes, that is
Yes.
one of those where you're just like, how much for the bottle? And I will just buy it out.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, so I think I am good, even though I have no idea on number 2.
I might have an idea on number 2. Maybe I need to text Heather and see. Will you tell me if
Well,
I'm
now
right
I'm
or
just
wrong?
like itching to tell you guys. I want to know.
Like, I thought
Yeah,
I
you
knew
gotta-
what it was, and then I went back, and now I
You
don't
gotta
know what it is.
Start making your picks for some of these categories. So, do you want to go through like number 1 and go through everything, or
Yeah.
do you want to go through like the category and everything? You want to go through like number 1?
No,
and
just
everything?
we'll go type for each.
Okay.
And then you score the points and tell us who's in the lead.
So we're gonna go with the category for each.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll do finished or not. Well,
And then
you might not know finished
On
or
the
not.
age, are we doing a range on the age at all?
No,
No.
it's got to be the year. Gosh dang. I don't know what this is now.
All right. Let's start on type.
All right.
Number
1, I'll go first. I'm saying bourbon.
Agree.
also going bourbon.
So what was 1?
okay, so you all 3 said bourbon.
Yeah.
Number 1 is a bourbon. Do you want me to say a location?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Are we doing just
All right.
type across the board, or are we working down one?
No, we'll do type across the board. So number 2, I
Have is it
said
finished.
no, type.
No, that's a type.
Type.
Yeah, finished.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna go as a rye. Is it
that
a
what we
bourbon? No. Finished is a different category. We'll do that next. Like, is it finished? Yes or no? That's a point. So
Oh.
obviously for number 2, you think it's finished. So, but what
I'm
do you
going-
think it is?
I'm going rye also.
You're going rye also. Brian.
I think it's a whiskey.
Heather?
It is also a bourbon.
Oh,
So no points.
nope.
Okay. Number
Oh, you should
3,
get a half point for whiskey.
I will go rye.
I'm going rye also.
Yeah, number 3 I have is rye.
That is correct.
All
It is a
right.
rye. So 1 point.
Knotted up at 2.
So we're all tied at 2.
All right.
right.
Finished.
Finished.
Or not.
Number 1, I said it is finished.
I I have not finished.
Not finished.
I believe this one's not finished.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one for all these.
Okay. So we'll leave the
Boom.
finished category could change.
Chuck and Brian
Okay,
take the
so
lead.
Chuck and Brian get points
Yep.
for number one. All right.
Oh gosh. Number two,
I'm going yes.
okay, I'm going no.
I'm obviously going yes.
It's not finished. So you get a point.
Nodded
we're
back
tied
up.
back up. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Number three.
No.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
This
Yeah,
is
not
still just the
finished.
finish, not finished.
All right. So Brian said no.
This one's not finished.
Yeah, this is like a classic ride to me. This is.
Interesting.
So who gets a point there?
Those two and I don't.
Okay.
Brian's strategy is literally just to pick whatever I say.
Maybe you want to change up that order.
Two things. Number one, you are assuming I care what you have to say way more than I do. Number two, you're assuming I'm paying enough attention to do that. In fact, I haven't even finished my category for number three, so I'm trying to think through that real fast on
Okay.
the fly because you guys are ready way before me, per
Yep.
usual.
All right. So age. So number one, I'm going 4 years.
That's exactly what I'd written down was for.
That is
Let me
six.
guess what. Oh, Brian had 6.
So, it did not state exactly on there the
Uh-huh.
age,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure it is 4 years.
Chuck,
Based
you
on
agree?
Bottling.
I'm not going on pretty sure.
Yep. Nope. 2 out of 3 agree. It's good.
So that was number one. So TJ, so you get a point, and
Yep.
Chuck gets a point.
So
Chuck's in
Brian
the
and I
lead.
tied. Chuck's in the lead by
I'm,
one.
I'm filing an official petition.
2, 4, 5. Okay. All right.
right.
Let's see about 2 and 3 though.
2.
I had his 8 years.
I had his 5.
I had a 6.
It is 5. Wow. Okay.
That's right. Let's tie that bad boy up. All right, number 3. I have his 5.
I have a 6.
4.
So it's 3.
Oh,
Oh! Wow.
So no points on that.
no
No
points.
points.
All right.
I was closest. Do I get a half point?
No, you don't. No. Mm-mm.
I know. I was asking for you. I was like, no points. Okay.
All right. So proof.
Well,
has
is it
to
like
be-
3 over 3.5 or round up to 4 potentially?
Oh my goodness.
Even 3.
You're a math person. Statistics, accuracy. Come on.
So the proof will be a fun one.
Proof has to be within 5 points.
Are we talking
So,
precision or accuracy here? Because those are different things.
I want both. I am precise and accurate.
Sure.
Okay. So proof for number 1, I'm putting at 100.
I have 100 as well.
Chuck?
I said 100.
Okay. We all said 100.
Okay. So you're going to have to help me with scoring.
Okay.
So the proof was 107.
So none of us
points.
get points.
None of us.
Okay. You said
Wow.
within 5? Is
Yep.
that- Okay.
Makes me second guess all these rest.
I know, right?
107. That's
Especially.
like the sweet spot. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Can I change my distillery?
I mean, until
You
we
have
say
time.
something, you
Yeah.
have time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you know 3 of those categories, 4 of them.
All right. So number 2, I think on proof, Chuck, you should always go last because you are usually the most accurate on it. So
I'll go first. 109.
Oh. 109. I'm going 103.
I'm going with 15.
114.
Oh,
Point 2.
109 still wins. 109 still gets me
Yep.
there, right? Yes.
I feel like Chuck should go first now, and we just all copy him.
So Chuck, Brian gets a point.
Yep.
All right. For number 2. All right. Number 3.
All right. So number 3, I've got 108.
I have
Brian?
98.
Ooh, 109.
103. So you
Oh!
get a point?
Yes.
Oh,
I get a point.
93. Yes. Wait, you said 93?
I said
You
98.
said
Brian
98.
said 98.
Oh, 98.
So
Okay,
he
yeah.
gets
So we all
One
get
of
a
three
point.
within 5.
Yeah, you all get a point.
All right. So where are we at scores going into the final thing with distilleries?
TJ, you have 6. Chuck has 7. And Brian has 6.
All right.
So it's a close.
It's close.
Close match here.
All right. Number 1, distillery.
Now you have a lot of facts. So
Who's going first?
I'm going Beam.
You're going Beam. Because Chuck brought in the smoky notes, I'm going to go New Riff.
What's from New the is that like the one of the you don't have one of the backsetters, do you?
Oh, I have everything from New Riff.
You have
I was-
backsetter?
Yeah, I was just also thinking single
107
barrel.
lower proof single barrel. Bourbon not finished.
Oh yeah.
I originally said Starlight, so I'll stick with that.
okay.
So what is
Oh,
it?
you all made your
Yep.
choices. Peerless.
Oh.
Oh, really?
It is
Wow.
a peerless.
So we all get 0 points. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2. I said Heaven Hill.
I almost said that, but I went with Makers instead.
Okay.
The guess that or what I had written down was based upon my type, which was way wrong. So because in my head I was thinking of like I had finished, I had a rye, and then I crossed both of those out, and I put a bourbon, and then I thought it was a finished bourbon, but then I thought maybe it was a finished rye. So like I had it as Angel's Envy. Like this one was running me in circles.
I'm excited to have thrown number 2 in there for y'all. So what are you going
So that's your nice, polite way of saying TJ and Brian are way off.
115 bourbon.
Yes.
Oh. No, that's too low.
Yes, it's not one of your 4 roses.
You have no idea what it is.
It's like
I don't know. I just know you hit bottles over on that side of the.
You still have no idea what
I have
it
no
is.
idea.
That would have been good information to know.
It
That
didn't
it's
help.
all bottles over TJ's left shoulder,
No, some
no,
of
it's
them are.
not.
or some of them are at least.
Oh, dang.
115.
I have no
that's a
idea.
light
I know I'm throwing y'all.
Yeah, especially if you went obscure, like I don't know. Finger Lakes.
Okay. It is
No, they don't.
Pinhook.
Pinhook.
I was like, they don't have. Yeah,
Is it
Finger Lakes
the
doesn't
Bohemian?
go that high.
We don't have the Bohemian.
Oh, we do, but interesting.
See, I was really hoping it was
It
one
is
of your
not the
finished
Bohemian.
makers.
So no points
No points.
for number 2.
Oh man.
That's the Pinhook. So we could talk about all these after we're done with this game.
Yeah, we'll bring the bottles
Yep.
out. All right,
You know,
and
kinda
number
like,
3.
this would actually be like a fun game to play in person with friends. Like
You have to have friends.
And
We're
then
we're
B-
acquaintances.
And then B actually
we're
getting
clearly
in
working in
person.
hypotheticals here.
Okay.
Clearly.
I mean, if you offer quality bourbon, people
like-
come.
Yeah, it's kind of if you pour it, they will come.
Yep,
Basically,
basically.
type situation is really the
Mhm.
the bourbon mantra.
I pour it most weeknights, and you guys don't show up. So here I am.
You know, if I have to quit my job, I will, sir. I will come live in your basement when it's done.
Soon.
I would
There
love
you
to
go.
live in your basement.
Yeah, I'll bring a 2.5.
This is getting really weird.
Mm-hmm.
What about me?
you tied up
I
or
don't
you
want to
not?
live in his basement.
My
got
God,
that point,
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can
Are
put
you guys
the
in a
lotion on.
dungeon? Rub the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again.
All right, and number 3, I'm gonna go High West.
That's what I put, but I totally don't think that's right.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's
Based
right
on the
for
other
yours.
information.
I'm going Castle and Key.
I originally had High West.
It's
Chuck gets it. What?
Yes!
It is Castle and Key.
Chuck wins.
Chuck wins.
Right there, written down.
I hate Chuck.
I hate Chuck too.
Okay, I'll grab the bottles real quick.
Okay.
I'll bring them all over.
Oh man.
I think we should do TJ's list again, but to make it fair, he has to send us his inventory sheets so we know
No.
what's on his sheet.
I like that. I like that idea.
Oh, batch 1. That explains why the batch 1 got so low out of nowhere.
TJ monitors it. Talking about the person with the sensors. Like, he's probably got image analytics back there, like, monitoring the...
I went
like,
to
oh,
make
this-
an old
this bottle
fashioned the
dropped.
other day, and I was like, "What? How the heck did this happen?" I just assumed I drank it.
I just drank.
I just assumed I blacked out and just kept drinking it one night.
Yep.
Or
All
Brian
right,
was in the
so-
basement again.
Number 1 was Peerless. Let's see if
That's kind of my face.
Yep. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. Peerless. And it is a single barrel,
It is. It is a Westport whiskey and wine pick.
which if you've watched the channel any amount of time, you will know that we love Westport whiskey and wine, which is also the pinhook here is a Westport whiskey and wine pick.
Which is where the theme kind of started, and then
Oh.
it kind of diverged.
Yeah, by the third bottle.
Yeah.
So I'll be
th-
honest.
I was
I
going
don't
to say,
remember
so,
Peerless being this good.
yeah.
No, can you pause and like we talk about
Okay.
it?
Yeah, let's.
I'm
Yeah.
so-
Yes.
So to me,
so
like,
you all have never talked about it on the channel, and that's why I was like, I'm gonna throw this in there. So, well, I guess the theme was craft distillery.
Mhm.
That's what the theme ended up being, was craft distillery.
you're very
This is
crafty
a
with
lot.
these choices.
Like I feel like the like the butterscotch vanilla on this Peerless store pick
Whoa.
comes out a lot more.
Chuck's like, no, there's no butterscotch.
Wow.
Well, and to be fair,
just
too-
dominated by smoky.
love
Honestly,
Peerless.
like this is our new riff pick without the toffee and butterscotch. It's like you get the smoky char barbecue note
Well, that's-
without the sweetness. The new
That's
riff
why-
gets the
Oh,
sweetness.
you get it.
That's why I went with New Riff. As soon as you said smoky and all that, I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's New Riff. But then once I thought of the proof 107, I was like, crud, I don't have a New Riff around that proof. Gosh darn it.
No, I mean
Which
you
kinda
definitely
makes
get like the
sense.
smoke and the char, but I feel like there's some sweet layered in there as well. It's very pleasant.
Yeah.
But
Because Peerless
Maybe
is
I'm just
more
tasting that
known
more so.
for like the ryes,
Mhm.
so I could see how it would not have a sweeter note.
Yeah, if you're going to get a Peerless, pony up, get a single barrel. They're a little more expensive, but they're worth it. Especially if you go to the distillery because they've got really cool bottles. We've got one back there. It's called a mint julep one, and it tastes very similar to a mint julep. Which
Yeah.
is
Well,
amazing.
one of the best tours, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like just a cool,
Great tour.
Great tour. They get nice tasting at the end, so that's worth
Yeah.
a while.
and they've got the whole process. And if you're lucky, Corky Taylor will come out and do the tour, and he's got such great stories to tell and everything like that. Of all the craft distilleries, if I was going to pay extra for a bottle, it's going to be Peerless, and that's why I have 3 bottles of
Three,
Peerless
yeah.
on my shelf, and we'll always like when we drink one, we will replace it. So,
Well, I'm glad you all liked it.
Mhm.
That's why I kind of threw it in there. I was like, I know they're gonna like it blind. You would judge it if you knew what it was. But
well, yeah.
since it was blind,
So to be fair, I will
I judged
always
it
judge
anyway.
Peerless because this amazing bottle, which they are very
Perfume
proud
bottle.
of, that they have won multiple awards because of the bottle and the cork, because apparently those are real awards in bourbon category. I don't understand why, but they are.
Spirits category.
They've won. These are hand blown from a perfume company, but the bottle itself costs them about $40, which is instantly put into the price of the bottle and the bourbon, which I slightly have a problem with, but it's still a pretty sweet bottle. So,
I don't think it's quite 40, but yeah.
no, it is. Like they say that on the tour, legit.
yeah, that's after their markup.
Well, it's some thick glass. I wonder how they're doing in the glass.
Which,
shortage right now.
So this is actually really interesting. So we can talk about this real quick. So both hand blown perfume manufacturers make these bottles. Both of these are done at the Old Taylor distillery at Castle and Key.
Yes,
So
yes.
there were lots of themes.
I know, but they didn't totally connect. But yes, They were related. So let's talk about this pinhook. So this pinhook it's a 5-year, but it is part of a vertical series. Again, a Westport Whiskey and Wine pick, which we are now, as collectors, going to get the rest of the series because they're going to go all the way up to 12 years.
And to be fair, every year it comes out is the same as our wedding anniversary. So
right. So we have now the 5-year and the 6-year. So now we're looking for the 7-year.
Yes, the 7-year will come out in August.
Yeah. I liked the 5-year better than the 6-year. So that's why I sent that to you all. And Pinhook is one that you all haven't reviewed on the channel. So I knew that would throw you all for a loop. But it'd be a good one to review. So you all liked that one?
I mean, you heard me. It threw me, like, I picked up this, like, lemon cardamom. To me, like, the first, both from the nose and my first taste of the palate, I thought it was a rye. Yeah. Until I got to number 3, and I was like, oh, no, that's a rye. But, like, it was this sweet, herbal, citrusy note, for both on the nose and the palate. So, yeah, it was throwing me.
I wasn't as big of a fan because I got a little bit of a grain note in it, so I felt like it was younger. So, which is, I think, why I got the age correct.
Yeah, you did.
So,
yeah, I got a little bit of maybe that's some of the graininess, just like almost like a soapy note. I don't know if that's fair.
Yeah, but I agree. I felt like it tastes a little bit younger. What's the price point on that?
$60.
Okay. And the Peerless?
80
to 100.
Yeah. The Peerless Rye around here, not single barrel, no store pick. The Peerless Rye in my area runs for like a 115.
Yeah, so
and I'm like,
so the picks at the distillery run about 110, 120. But the regular stuff started at 80 for the rye and the bourbon. It's finally dropped down to about 45 to 50 ish. So that's good. So it's finally getting to where it's reasonable. So, but to be fair, their single barrels is where it is.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a little high, but it's like, we've talked about it. It's like, we always want to have one.
Yeah.
So like we go through one, we'll go get another one.
Yeah.
Better than the Buffalo Trace single barrel that I purchased today. But now substantial price difference, of course. You know, I paid $31, so I'm still happy at the price point.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for something that tasted a little different.
All right. So Nick says, I see Pinhook all the time, but never pick it up. I will now because I love that you guys threw it in that much. So the cool thing about it, Nick, and I would highly recommend it, is so the yellow wax is the store picks.
Is it the vertical?
It's the store picks.
Right.
But on the back, they have, if it's part of the the vintage vertical series, so you can start actually collecting. So you'll be a year behind or 2 years behind. But then the cool thing is, because if you savor the bottle, you can then get each year and then compare it, because they're doing store pick verticals, but they're also doing just the regular verticals. And being from Kentucky, they name them after race horses, which is just kind of cool. So,
So to segue, like I did brief research just to like double check everything. So yes, this is probably an MGP product, because up until 2017, they were using MGP product to distill before aging. And then only recently they've switched over, like you were saying, to use Castle and Key.
Yep.
And so now they're distilling out of Frankfurt using their proprietary yeast mash bills to do distilling there, so that's why you asked about the Bohemian, which is their, so Pinhook just released the newest thing that they've made out of Castle and Key,
right?
Which we've seen, but we don't have. Maybe we have.
No, the Bohemian was the first ever Castle and Key distillate that Castle and Key didn't approve for under their name.
Oh.
They didn't think it was good enough, and it's not. Oh. And so they let Pinhook have it. And then what Pinhook has
Sloppy
done
seconds.
is, yeah,
I know.
Castle and Key, just like Bardstown does, contract distilling for other people. So
Right.
they came in and gave them their mash bill, did it,
Right.
and then age it in their warehouses.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that's what's going on. Is
Yes.
Like Pinhook is transferring over. They're not using MGP anymore.
Right, because Pinhook doesn't actually distill anything; they just
Mm.
have other people distill it and age it
Right,
for them.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
and as I learned from our bracket challenge, these guys get all up in arms if like your MGP is not pure MGP.
Mhm.
They all upset. You know, you throw a
Yeah,
little gin
in a distillery challenge when it's supposed to be a distillery.
But yeah.
How does that work with the vertical though?
Vertical?
If it's like
Yeah,
because it's supposed
I
to be
don't
the
know.
same distillate.
So,
Aged
so
over
all,
time, right?
so all the vertical is
All the vertical is
MGP.
going to be MGP.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, man.
So they bought
Because it keeps aging, obviously.
right. So they bought a couple.
Is that how that works, Brian?
It does.
It is. It's
I
amazing.
can try to explain it slow to you
Take
if you have
some,
trouble.
leave some
Please.
for later.
He same
So
thing.
if they
he,
put a younger
he has
one
to
in,
explain
it won't-
about his birthday how that works. Wait, I aged? Huh? What? So yeah, so apparently they bought a couple hundred barrels from MGP, and then they're just releasing parts of it. So obviously, if you get involved in this, by the time we get to the 12-year-old version of it, it's going to be very hard to find. Because if you don't know about the angel share, Santa Claus isn't real. Welcome to the angel share. It's just sad.
he robs it.
Yep.
Yeah, 12 years shouldn't be terrible most of the time.
So the Castle and Key.
Yeah.
I did batch
So
one, not batch
we
two.
actually rated this in our. This was at Birthday
rye?
Palooza.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was in our rye flight.
And the great news is, this is a live stream, so I can't link the video above. Woo!
Like you never link the video above anyway.
Yeah, you never link it.
You
always
guys,
edit that
I
out.
say text me the timestamp, and
oh
I would.
gosh, if we have to
Yeah.
do your job,
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean,
Hey,
why
well,
do we?
let's just-
If we have to do that, why are you here?
Hey, just a question, Brian. What was the thumbnail for this live stream?
I think it's something about the Three Stooges.
Oh, we saw it.
Yeah.
something about like you didn't notice anything about the picture, perhaps.
So I'm just saying, like Chuck is obviously Mr. Proof. I'm clearly the entertainment and talent. If we have to do your editing job, TJ,
I like how he
Again.
deferred or diverted.
why are you here?
Let's get back to this whiskey, Brian. This has you had to have loved this because it's like just dill pickle rye.
Oh, it's solid. Oh, very solid.
Yeah.
I would take this over the.
I just wrote-
Elijah
yeah.
Craig rye.
My first tasting notes here just say dill pickle ! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Is that on the back of your
A
like,
bill.
table?
Really,
It's
if you
a
like dill pickles.
statement.
You're gonna.
it's
love
a cabinet quote for the basement. Yeah.
Who needs that?
I mean, that's what the cabinets are for, is the bourbon.
That's just soon I'll be in a new filming studio.
live from Chuck's basement.
And if our Patreon can just
Hashtag
get
not
to
creepy.
$5,000 a month, we can get Brian his own she shed.
I can get a bourbon shed where I can be in a little 5x5 cubicle.
You know,
Out in the cold.
Ben,
Great
we
question,
have been
Ben.
wondering the same thing. Where is Ed?
Yeah, it's been
and-
quiet in the chat.
Which I don't know if you guys saw.
Wait! Shh! If I just say Booker's 5 times, I bet he shows up.
Bookers.
Bookers.
Bookers is terrible.
It starts to sound like boogers.
Or
when you say it.
Brooker's Rye.
Which, by the way, somehow, I don't know if you saw, he won our March Madness challenge. So you and I
Oh,
have
I
to figure
didn't
out what
see
we're going to
that.
send him.
Gosh dang it!
Which, by the way, our guy that lost sent it to me, which, Brian, congratulations. So you get to send him 4 samples of whatever you deem fit. He did make the comment to me, he does have a 1910. He does not need a sample of
Hold
1910.
on. As if I would send him the good stuff.
Oh man.
Oh man, no. Actually, this. I have some fun ideas.
So yeah, so I will get you his address coming up, and so you can send him 4 lovely samples. Chuck, you and I will get together and figure out what 4 lovely samples we will send Ed. We can have fun with it.
I'll send Ed a 5th. I bet he won't be able to guess it.
A whole 5th of Henderson? That's big. That's big money.
What's funny is the whole 5th of Henderson is going to be the price of one of the samples that I'm going to send.
That's being pretty generous on the Henderson market.
I mean, we could just send him a 5th of Brian's old Carter. I mean, Brian's not going to pick it up anytime soon.
Well, I keep trying to text dates for us to get together, gentlemen.
I literally drank that recently because it was still I had the sample and the best of from the best of, and I've been finishing those.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. Wait, do I have this bottle? Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's here.
Oh, I still
It's
do.
it's actually in the same bedroom with all the wine right now.
Well, it's in the right price range then.
Right price range?
Yeah. He's saying that
Your
about-
wine is.
he thinks you spend $150 on a bottle of wine.
That's not true.
No, he doesn't.
No.
That's not the check method. You know what the check method is? No, he buys the $30 bottle and then waits 10 years to open it.
I buy the $15 bottle.
The $15 bottle and then waits 10 years to open it. Yeah,
I remember the average price has increased.
So before I actually knew this about Chuck, one of the first times Rachel and I, went to visit, we hey, we got this new bottle of wine. We think it's really good. It's this cab or whatever. We're thinking, oh, we're going to drink this while we're here.
No.
I think it's still in his basement aging from 10 years ago.
I got a bottle like that.
So when I think when we hit retirement, we'll open that bottle.
That's not true. I think we drank that bottle, Brian.
We did. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time. We did.
All right. Figure out something else to drink.
Oh, you're gonna keep it going?
Yeah, we
We
gotta
have
keep
2
it going.
minutes. We have 2 minutes till our hour.
Right, so we gotta go a little bit.
pour.
I just
Right.
want to take a moment. I think it's like at the end. If you guys ever watched, not pardon the interruption, but what's the
Well,
one
okay.
before that?
So yeah,
with
so
Tony
that's a great
Valley?
idea. So I
It's
will figure out.
there's I
hold
get
on,
a few
hold on.
moments to
Yeah,
just
I will
bask in
figure
my
out
victory here.
what it is I'm gonna go drink, and you can
The
have your
victory
little
pour.
montage about all this
I
wonderful
don't really
stuff.
have much
Victory
to say.
speech.
And
Just
I'm
to,
gonna
like-
leave.
This is like a foregone conclusion. I just wake up in the morning and I'm excellent. That's what happens. This could be because I drink too much. I'm not sure. It's research. It's
I
research.
wasn't gonna say it, but
Put that one back.
you might want to cool it on the bourbon a little bit. No, actually, better yet. I know how you enjoy shopping for bourbon, so I'd hate to take that away from you. So what you really need to do is
Buy
just
it for you.
continue shopping and then just send it to me.
And only send us pictures after you already bought stuff. Nothing like hey, what about this? Would you like this?
I sent you
Oh, I think I
pictures
did
today of
message
things.
her.
I was like, hey,
Drink
what do you
the
think?
other old bow that we have. Or do they have
It seemed like you'd already bought it.
No, I had not bought it yet.
okay.
1910.
Would you like the Buffalo Trace store
No,
pick
but
that
they
I
don't
found?
No,
like
thanks.
it.
The Missouri specific store pick?
No,
Yeah. Let's do that.
That's just how you open Chuck's bottle.
nothing
I
good.
wouldn't do
Missouri.
that to him.
Oh, he
Basketball
wouldn't care.
teams, baseball teams.
I think he would.
Baseball
Cardinals,
teams, sir.
Cardinals.
Hello.
Sorry. Forgive me.
Don't be ragging on the Cards.
Forgive me.
All right,
I'll
Brian.
trash about
So
the Royals all you want, though.
So I had a friend visit the other day, and he brought me this bottle, so I'm going to drink it in his honor.
Is it the one that won the? I was gonna say, is it the bottle that won at San Francisco?
What bottle won San Francisco? I didn't think they announced the overall winner yet.
No, they're not. Okay.
Are you talking the 80 Laws? That just won double gold, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Which we could talk about the craziness of that.
My 80 law is going double gold, baby.
Or we could just, I was gonna say, or just the fact of what does San Francisco actually mean?
Yeah, because there's some questionable stuff. So, like a perfect example, Eagle Rare 17 won silver.
Yeah, I've personally never had Eagle Air 17, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it
wouldn't
is
know either.
considered like the heel of the BTAC series. So
Until
this year, actually,
this year it was,
people loved it. Yeah,
I would
partially
love to have
because George C.
I would love
Stagg,
to have the opportunity to.
not George C. Well, George C. Stagg wasn't there, and then William Lou Weller kind of took a step back. So,
Again, I would love to have the opportunity to be able to know.
Drinks hot.
agreed. Ben, Nick, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Yeah, you guys out there watching us, what's going on? What are you drinking? Let us know. You can text Ed here and be like, "Where you at?"
I know what I'm gonna finish with,
Okay.
and I will take the judgment. I don't care.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, it's hitting
nice.
shelves around here. The new batch. I did not rush out to get it. Forgive me.
It doesn't seem like your kind of thing.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Your love for larceny is well established.
Oh man, Nick, sorry
Nick.
about
I was there Wednesday, buddy, or I got a daycare bug from my daughter. One of the two, but I know how you feel. And
that. Dang, that is
good luck,
Yeah,
sir.
I got a text. Get Pedialyte now. I could go out and get Pedialyte.
But
and it
now
wasn't
I
because
can-
he was hungover this time.
Right, now I
Right.
can drink excessively because we got Pedialyte in the house.
Please don't. We still have a 2-year-old that we have
Yes.
to take care of.
And Sunday I got to smoke
That's
2
why
racks
we
of
have
red.
the TV. If mommy and daddy had a late night, the TV takes care of the kid until nap time.
She
And
does love her movies.
Yeah,
You just
she
put on
does
Toy
love
Story.
it.
There's 4 of them. Though today she was asking for Toy Story 5. We were like, honey, I'm sorry, it doesn't exist.
Here's
We
Pixar's
are
number.
too.
Give him a call.
After a rough night with TJ and Heather, they like stumble upstairs. They just like dig their hand into the Lucky Charms and like just chuck it on the floor. Be like, oh, there's breakfast. Here's the TV. See you at 2 p.m.
We're not that bad, sir.
Hey, no judgment. No judgment. Okay. Our second, he's like 11 months. He's finally sleeping in his own room and only waking up twice a night. So
Only twice.
hashtag
Yeah, I don't
game
miss those
changer
days.
at almost a year old, and he's finally only up twice a night instead
Again.
of 4 times a night.
Proof we got lucky. At
I
what,
know,
6
she-
months she was sleeping and only waking up
Basically,
once a
yeah.
night.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah,
get a solid
we've
7 hours.
Heard from other people about these kids that actually sleep.
Yeah.
Neither one
They
of our
exist.
kids just naturally does that.
All right. So Nick says, any bourbons you are hunting right now? 10-year Henry McKenna hitting Arizona, but it hasn't shown up in my holes yet. If you don't have a Henry McKenna, it's always worth getting, especially if you get it at around MSRP, which is, we'll say $40.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah. I mean, I think like 55. I don't know if I like 60 is definitely the max on that, but I wouldn't blink at 55.
So Chuck and I were actually talking about this. The 2, I think, bottles we are most excited about coming up here is going to be here in the next couple months. Knob Creek 18 should release. It will be just like the Knob 15 and Knob 12. It'll be 100 proof. So that is worth looking. And then
And out of my price range.
yes, out of Brian's price range, not out of mine. So I will definitely be buying that. And then also the new, I forget what they're calling it, but it's out of MGP. It's some type of Remus. And it is, I forget. I texted it to you, but it is going to
like 1920s
yeah.
branding.
Gatsby Reserve.
That's just a cool name.
And
Yeah.
it is going to be, is it a 15-year, Chuck?
Yes.
It is a 15-year-old MGP, and the reason that we are going to look for it very
Cast
hard,
strength.
it is cast strength.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
what
is
like
going to
I've
be-
loved the Remus Repeal reserves, but those have been lower proof.
So hypothetically, the Remus Repeal in my area goes for $171. So the Gatsby Reserve, we could assume, would go for.
Well, if you just ask Charlie to get you a Remus Repeal reserve at normal pricing, he can do that.
Oh, you can get one for like 85. Isn't that what
Remus
MSRP?
Repeal? I
85?
think, yeah, it's probably more than that now, but
Is it?
probably
Yeah, I was
90.
Oh,
Because I bought one.
I mean, if
for
you're going to
TJ
pay
last
85,
year.
you're going to pay 90. So
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know what this Gatsby is, but that's definitely
Yeah.
on the list. Like 15-year MGP? Are you kidding me?
yeah,
I mean, the
they had
15-year...
your MGP, and then they added on.
I've already
15
set up the tent at the liquor
Yeah.
store. Like I'm there now. I'm just
Yeah.
paying somebody to be my.
Yeah.
You know.
I would say
I don't do
the
that.
last 15-year
You have
MGP...
some poor college student in there just keeping
Yeah.
your place.
Yeah, he's
last-
not that poor afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. What is it? The last 15-year MGP I got was the new riff for the COVID relief, which was 100 proof. It is delicious, but it needs to be higher proofed, and that was 205. I would gladly pay right around the $200 range for a 15-year cast strength MGP.
Well, so yeah, let's put this in context. Our best of last year, best
Yeah.
of bourbon, was at number 2. Was a 14-year single barrel MGP.
Yeah.
So, and that price point was 100. And when I bought that, the first bottle might have been 150 or 160 or something.
Which you
Which I did buy
reminded
a
me
backup bottle of that.
about a bottle. Oh, Ed.
The other things, the new barrel batch just released. So, what are we on? 32.
32. Yeah.
Yep.
And apparently it's been getting pretty good reviews.
Definitely gonna go buy that. I have Discovery 7 sitting in TJ's possession right now,
Which I've been
definitely-
trying to get
Yeah.
Heather to open, and she is scared of Chuck, so she won't open it.
She's not scared of Charlie at all.
When it comes to your
we
bourbon.
know that's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
She has permission to open my bourbon. You don't, but she does.
Oh.
See?
I was gonna say like this could be like
It would,
like,
I
for
I
the
think
live
it would be-
stream.
right. It would be
Open
great.
one bottle of Chuck's bourbon back
Yeah.
there.
So,
I like those.
yeah.
Yes.
Let us
Wait,
know.
where
Names
is
and
his
samples.
shelf? Like that whole general
Let us know.
region
Hold
over
on.
there?
We'll be fair. Let us know in the comments. And I mean, Nick's the main guy commenting, but we'll take anybody.
And there's 3 people
We'll take
watching.
it.
And
Anyone.
Should Heather,
Bueller.
anyone, yeah, we just need somebody.
Bueller.
Should Heather open one of Chuck's bottles or one of Brian's bottles?
Ooh.
Oh,
Chuck has better bottles, but
I
anyway.
say Brian's.
Oh, we got
Chuck,
5 people
yeah,
up
Chuck
now.
has better bottles.
All
I
right.
have more.
See, like already people are excited. Should Heather open one of Chuck's bottles? We have, I'll say it, Discovery 7. We have,
this is where you need that other camera where you
Yeah,
like switch
be
to
able
that
to-
and you
Yeah.
just show the
I know,
collection.
we just
over
got to
there.
get a little bit higher on our Patreon. We're getting there. We got 2 bowl runs, but I have both those, so she'll just drink mine instead. That's not very exciting. Yeah, so basically this comes down to should Heather open Chuck's Discovery number 7 and give you her tasting notes on it? I think
think
it's
Which are
people-
far better than ours.
I think everyone's gonna unanimously say yes.
What are you drinking? That is a Pursuit series. Is that which
This
one?
is my Pursuit 32.
Oh,
This is my 15-year Dickel. That I said I wouldn't send you.
I remember when I had a 15-year Diggle. That was 20 years ago.
I thought you just picked one up.
Dirty jokes are just dirty.
Oh.
Now she
Wah,
gets
wah,
it.
wah.
Nick says absolutely, and Nick is our friend, so you must drink.
Okay, well, I have this now. What? Yes.
There we go.
I will go
It's going
for
to be
it
done.
next.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Hannah
The,
says
the
yes.
most important person said yes, so there we
Yes.
go.
All right. Get through this. Okay. So I am hunting a thing that probably doesn't exist right now, which is the
Booker's Batch 1.
2022 Bookers. Yeah.
Which, by the way,
We'll see.
Hannah, for the comment, I will gladly bring you cinnamon bitters. If we're allowed to spend the night.
I don't know that that's like within her power. I mean, that's space,
It's
right?
literally-
Like,
yeah, it's
here,
just
this is a
liter- right now.
space
It's
issue.
it's out of all of our hands. It's in the contractors' hands, and we all. If you've ever worked with contractors, you know that they do not work on anybody's timeline.
No, what I'm hearing
their
is empathy and emotions. I don't have a problem making you sleep on the floor in my living room. It really doesn't bother me. Here, you want to come over? Cool. This is where you're sleeping. Enjoy.
It's like camping.
Exactly.
I'll get you one of those little like blow up air mattresses. No, like not the like actual air mattresses, but like one of the camping mattresses. You know, like where it
Yeah,
just
no,
has to, like,
I've got one upstairs with
Oh,
my
good. I don't even have
backpack.
to worry about.
Yeah,
bringing them.
exactly. I'm good.
What about me? What about our daughter?
You're sleeping with the wine. She's got the
Yeah.
whatever crib
Complaining.
thing.
A pack and play.
Pack and play. We're good. We got this.
You're sleeping with the wine.
You get probably 6 bottles of duck corn
So-
to sleep with.
So on a scale
I'll
of
just
like
cuddle up with
1 to like, oh my gosh, like TJ sleeps with the bourbon, Heather sleeps with the wine. How concerned are you, Chuck?
More concerned about Heather sleeping with the wine because I know TJ's a lightweight. So after like pour 5,
that's
like
valid.
he's gone anyway.
Yep.
And then he's just like he might fall asleep with all these bottles next to him, like huddled up. But it's
But
he didn't
Heather could do
consume
some-
much.
Good.
Heather could
Heather
do some-
could do, yeah,
She could do
she's
some
smart
damage to the wine
and
cellar.
like somehow she's like making a late night run to FedEx, and it's like all
I was
wrong.
gonna say I could be really sneaky,
It's like in a U-Haul truck on the way to
running out of the house.
I would say,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, she has higher tolerance. Plus, she would be much more strategic.
Yeah, I don't know
than
that she
TJ.
like. I'm not worried about her drinking it all at one time.
Right.
Like, I'm just worried about her
It's
to just
crafty.
like she just figured out like how to stash it beneath the
would say-
floorboards and then come back later and get it.
I would say, let's be more honest. She'd be the type of like, hey, Chuck, we should try this. And you'd be like, okay. Whereas I'm just like, it's all mine. Oh, I'm done.
I made it 5 minutes,
Yep. Pretty much.
but it was
Oh, man.
glorious.
So I texted Ed, and he was like, I was like, Ben's giving you crap because you're not on live stream. He's like, what live stream? I was like, our live stream. He's like, oh, I feel like crap. I didn't remember. I was like, it's okay, buddy. We like
And
you."
like, if I'm not on it, I'm not showing up. That's pretty much. It's like,
Yeah.
if I'm not on it and you haven't sent me samples,
Yep.
forget about it.
Oh man.
So maybe we need Nick on here more than, you know.
Nick gets samples sent to him too, buddy.
Yeah, but
I know you don't keep up on the Patreon stuff. I got that too, along with my video editing responsibility.
Literally everything else.
literally.
Well, we are very close to those 1,000 subscribers.
We
So
are
close.
where we get to auction off
So
Chuck's bourbon.
close. And
yours.
we're looking at doing possibly a logo change. Just throwing that out there.
Yes.
Gonna happen.
So we'll see.
I hired a designer the other day, so that's exciting. To go with hopefully our second barrel pick from Starlight, which we are
Right.
excited to do.
Right. So again, just encouraging Patreon, like that's where Patreon money will be going. Logo. Of course, Patreon's going to be involved in the Starlight pick. So
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We're gonna have Derek, both Ed's there, Chuck.
Gave up my spot for one of the Patreon.
Yep, we appreciate that.
great sacrifices.
We will still ship you bottles. Do not worry, sir.
I don't know about shipping bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Add it to
You can
the
get, we can
collection.
get them eventually.
yeah. Add to the collection. So
This
Is that the
gotta be-
cognac finished?
is gonna be whiskey of the year.
I think so. Untitled is doing some great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not their
Yeah.
it's not their distillate. They're taking really good whiskey, but
Yeah. Well, it's MGP, right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah. If you see an untitled, especially one that's finished, you should pick it up.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan initially of their sherry finished, but I was Like I warmed up to it,
Well,
and especially
I mean,
the cognac finish is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're not big sherry finish guys. So Starlight is doing some weird cognac finish where they do cognac barrels and cognac, just the grapes, and they blend it all together. I don't know. It's worth. I think it might be worth checking out.
might need
That's
to
fine.
understand this process a bit more.
Something about grape infused. So they're doing like some type of grape juice built in with the cognac. I don't know.
Is that what we're doing tomorrow? Is that what they have?
Oh, are we going tomorrow?
Maybe.
Apparently, we might be going. They're doing a bourbon.
Why not?
They're
We
doing
got
a
no other plans.
bourbon Easter egg hunt tomorrow. If you find an Easter egg, you get a rare allocated bottle of their bourbon to buy.
That is like
think
one of
we're
the greatest
going.
ideas ever.
Yeah, that's
I
one of the
know.
I
best
think we're
ideas
going.
ever.
I was like,
Happy Easter.
Daddy gonna go find some Easter eggs.
Find some Easter eggs. Hop, hop, baby.
And then I forget. And then they're releasing. Let me
You're gonna be like that bully 3-year-old at the Easter egg, huh? That's like pushing little kids out of the way. Like, my eggs.
Are you kidding me? I'm
all
gonna send my
adults.
daughter and be like, "You're really gonna take an Easter egg from a 2-year-old? What type of mean person are you? She
I'll be
can't
honest.
buy bourbon."
If it was
Daddy
special
can.
allocated bourbon, I would.
Yeah, you
I
would.
think twice.
Just knock that 2-year-old out.
Yeah.
They're crying over on the side. Mommy.
Hey, welcome to life.
Builds
It's
character.
disappointing. Might as well start now. But
All right.
can we circle back to the fact the majority of our current viewers have all said, "Open a bottle of Chuck's," and that
I
has
know.
not happened.
She's
yet.
got it. She's got to finish hers. You gotta walk over there and get it. All right. So yeah. So the limited editions they're releasing tomorrow, besides the bourbon hunt, is a bourbon finished in triple sec barrels. And what is the other one?
Is triple sec the orange?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is the other one. One finished in Pinot de Charrettes is a blend of cognac and fresh grape juice.
I love his French
My
pronunciation of things.
French is stupid.
I was like, we should just hand
I
that
can't
phone
even-
to Heather. And
Yeah, I can't even do English, so back off. So it's aged in spent French oak casks, but it's a blend of cognac and fresh grape juice from cognac. How do you get fresh grape juice from cognac? I don't understand. Anyway, the resulting
maybe prior
flavor
to the fermentation.
could be.
It's
The
the-
resulting
yeah.
flavor from the casks have a note of peaches, plums, prunes, and toasted nut.
I like all those things.
So, and then of course they have the 40
So it's
Easter eggs.
it's finished in that barrel. It's not like
Yeah.
infused with stuff. It's just
Correct.
finished in the barrel that had all the stuff.
Yeah,
in it.
had all that
Okay.
stuff in there.
Yeah, sounds like it could. I mean, some of those like cognac finishes, cognac finishes are less so to me. Just like those are more pleasant because you pick up the grape notes, but I could see where some like still that fermented, like the cognac itself, can be
Yeah.
a bit strong. So this sounds like it's maybe a bit more subdued, going to be a bit more fruit forward. So that could be interesting.
So,
I
yeah,
bet we could sample it at the tasting loft.
they don't do their limited releases as much at the tasting loft.
So you have to just buy the bottle
Yeah.
and hope for the best.
But they might for the Easter egg hunt.
Just buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say just buy it.
All right then.
If
You
we're
only bought
one,
4 bottles of the duckhorn, so you had
yeah, I haven't
mentioned
bought
about
any.
6.
I would say we are at April
keep-
15th, and I haven't bought a single bottle of bourbon
We
this
keep
month.
adding to this collection that we're eventually going to have to move
I
in
know.
like a month.
I will say my father-in-law was very nice, and he bought me a single barrel Blue Note that is getting delivered to my house on Sunday. It is a tornado survivor, so it must be 20% better than most Blue Notes.
Of course,
So
right away.
that'll be fun to send out to you guys. I vote we
I
do
once
not.
had a Blue Note in a electronic cart ready to
Yeah.
purchase, and then I did.
Yeah, but that was like
Throw
a
it out.
17-year-old Blue Note.
yeah.
I think what we've learned is anything over 15 years, you just buy now. You don't just question.
Especially under $200. You just buy it.
And I also vote, Chuck, we do not send Brian a sample this Untitled until we do our best of.
I like it.
Why?
Because people can't buy a bottle of this. So why would we ruin it with a amazing review of this amazing thing that is going to be definitely top 5?
Gotta be.
Without a doubt.
You know, if it wasn't for all of the other free stuff I get from you guys, based on my minuscule contribution, I would be upset. But
well, Brian, if you come this way this summer,
I'm trying to.
I'll get you a sample.
Let's work out the deets, buddy.
I would say you already got the dates, and hopefully the basement's done, or Chuck finds an acceptable location for my wife to sleep. I'll sleep in the Jeep in the driveway.
I haven't got confirmed on the dates. Let's solidify these bad boys.
That's not solidified dates that we're going to move on pub or the World Wide Web.
Clearly, February 30th is not a time we're getting together.
You want me to touch the bottle?
What was
Oh my god!
This makes me nervous.
Was that Parks and Rec where I can't remember her name.
Yeah, what was it,
she
April
scheduled
7th?
all of Ron's meetings for April 30th or something because she didn't think it was a real day.
Yeah.
All right, so here you guys go. Heather's gonna break the seal.
Cameras.
Discovery number 7, even though Discovery number 8 was just announced the other day.
But this we got at the distillery.
Yes.
We did get to sample, and it was put in one of the old-fashioned cocktails? Or
No.
I hope not.
Now, one of the most important elements of this uncorking is we want to know what your vibe is. How does the cork feel? Is Bardstown, like if they recovered their roots of quality
this
corks?
would you would barely feel this if I threw this at you.
This is accurate, Nick. I'm looking on in horror.
Now, Heather, just pour it on the floor. Just pour it on the
Oops,
floor.
A little bit of spillage. Just kidding. There's none.
Love it.
I did a tiny pour.
Or
Look at
is
this
she
little
joking?
pour.
Maybe she is. Maybe she's not.
That's fair. That's a fair pour. You just took the neck pour away for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
No, not even the neck pour.
Now,
like
TJ, pick up the bottle and just do one of these.
do this.
Oh gosh.
No, open it and just drink some, pour it on
Bathe
you.
in it.
Bourbon shower.
It does have a very good nose. Violence. You got to put that on the thing.
Nick, if it can escalate, I always choose
Yeah.
escalate.
I can see why Chuck really likes these. There is
This
a
is
mineral
completely
note to
different
this.
though. It does have Tennessee in this,
does.
but it has
It has a
rye,
little
it
mineral
has
note.
Canadian whiskey. Like this one's completely different.
So this is the first one that they had to put blended whiskey and not bourbon on it.
Yeah.
Though number 8 is also a blended whiskey.
Well, you figured they were just running out of aged stock, so they're having to.
Yeah,
find
all the age.
alternatives.
Yeah, all the age stock is going down. So Discovery 7 is 31% of a 12-year Kentucky, 25% of a 12-year Kentucky, 21% of a 12-year Ontario whiskey,
Canadian
I guess.
whiskey.
That's 100% corn.
Yeah, corn whiskey.
So that's why it's a blended whiskey.
That's like some of that fire water that Lance sent us, 145 proof.
15% of a 7-year Indiana rye. Or no. Yeah, rye, because it's 51% rye. So it's 51 rye, 45 corn, so it's just barely rye.
Oh,
but
so
it is
yeah,
rye.
not the classic 95.5 rye from
Nope.
MGP.
Yeah, so that's the new MGP mash bill. And then a 8% of a 17-year-old Tennessee whiskey
Oh,
or Tennessee bourbon because it's 84 corn, 8%.
So Heather's sophisticated palate's picking up that 8%.
You'll like it because it has a very good nose. There's like this sweet yet grain nose.
TJ, can you do a pour for a second opinion?
I will say there's not
care
much
about
of a
his
finish
opinion.
for me.
I got strawberry Pop-Tarts when I had it.
That doesn't make any sense.
There is a fruity note going on. So
That's right.
I could see where you might get a strawberry Pop-Tart. Like a homemade, like pastry fluff strawberry Pop-Tart.
Chuck will love it. He likes the fruit and the pastry.
Yeah, I feel like there's not much of a finish at all. But it's good.
All the more reason for Chuck to love it. No finish, all nose. He's good to go.
Yeah, basically. There is like a slight mineral thing going on.
I mean, it's got
You are
Dick
so
in there.
speaking his language.
You're gonna love it.
I didn't get any of that when I
Again,
had
you
it.
guys chose the Dickel as your winner of the bracket challenge, and Brian, you chose Widow Jane 10-year
Yeah.
as your MGP product, which actually tastes more like Dickel than it does MGP, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I wanted to be silly.
You wanted to win.
I wanted to Widow
what's-
Jane 10. Actually,
what's next for you all?
it was an excuse to
What's
my
the
win.
plans? So you finished the bracket challenge.
So we finished the bracket challenge. The next thing coming out next week and the week after that is we're gonna, make YouTube happy /
You're
help
gonna make
the
the
viewers.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do
We got some lists.
we're gonna do our best under
some
50 currently and our best under 100. And then I've got my wonderful list right here. We need to do an official review of the very old 1910.
Yeah. That I stood in line in the cold for.
Yep, Heather stood in line for
Thank
the cold
you.
for.
You're
Right.
Yep.
with dilated eyes. I couldn't even read my phone.
Ooh,
I was just standing
That's
in
rough.
line
Yep.
after going to the eye doctor that happened to be close to downtown. Hey, honey, are you doing anything else? Well,
hold on.
no.
Hold on.
So, can you go get in line?
Chuck
I
sent
guess
me the
so.
text like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" Well, I'm teaching,
I-
but my wife's not. Followed by Brian, please, for the love of God and
Please,
everything
please,
of this
please,
holy.
please, please.
Yeah. I was like, please.
Well, let me tell you all, standing in line. So, I get there and they're counting the number of people in line. They're like, you're 60th in line. Awesome. So I'm going to get something because I guess past 100, they were going to hold them for the next day. So, past 100, go home. You're not going to get anything. So I'm like, all right. So I'll wait in this line. So it was cold. It was barely above freezing, and it's windy, awful. But it was interesting listening to the people in line as usual, talking about stuff. Have some other bourbon podcasters in line, like chatting behind me. But he has a buddy who ends up buying one, like maybe 5th in line or something, comes down and sees the guy and he's like, let's crack this open right now. And the guy's like, okay. So they take the bottle and they just take a swig right there at, 10 o'clock in the morning. And they're both like, yep, this is great. Like, okay.
This is great. That's how we should start doing it. Just open the bottle and
Swig it.
And right
Yeah.
there,
Take a
if you
swig.
don't like it, just put it back down before you pay for it.
Right.
That's the
Well,
way to. That's the way
I
to buy
like the
bourbon.
notion of after you pay for it, you open the seal and you take a
I mean,
swig, and then
that's
it's,
true.
That would solve a lot of problems in
Right,
bourbon.
But then he shared it with the guy in line, and
Yeah.
it was interesting.
And the guy in line did not get out of line. Now, did the guy in line sell it on the secondary and not choose it for himself? We don't know.
we don't know.
Teaser.
Would this be
Future
a great
episode.
opportunity for me to talk about line cutters and how I feel about them?
Hey, just to make
You
you
can't
happy,
edit this video,
I'm
though.
pretty sure Heaven Hill listened to you because they no longer allow chairs. You have to
Oh.
stand in line. and there's
Yeah.
no line cutters allowed at Heaven Hill
Well,
anymore.
yeah, and they hand out the tickets,
Discriminating
so it's like, not
against
like,
bad
hey,
hips.
this one
Thank you,
person
Heaven
stands
Hill.
in line, and then look at my 5 buddies are going to show up out of nowhere.
Yep. You're good.
You know,
So anyway,
or like, well, I'm holding the spot for my.
What are you complaining about, Brian? What? Like those people in front of you chose to buy the Old Forester barrel strength when you didn't, even though you still had the chance? What are you complaining about?
I walked away with the President's Choice. I was happy about that. It's called a budget.
So I don't know what a budget is. I listen sometimes, but not all the time. But again,
A true
for
friend
the
would have
world to
bought me
know,
one
we
due to my budget
are
restraints.
15 days into April, and I have not bought any bourbon this month, so I'm doing good.
Because we were in Disney and
so
you
what are you
asked to
saving
buy a
for?
bottle and they didn't have one. Otherwise, you totally would
Yeah.
have.
You know what we
For the
say to
record.
that, TJ?
I was-
there's
for the
there's a
record.
storm a coming.
I
There's a
was
story
pressured by your parents to buy one.
It's about
Oh,
opportunity.
pressured.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm being
So anyway,
pressured. Oh,
so-
It's
Oh.
like a clogged pipe. Once that breaks loose, it's gonna be.
Yep. So anyway, so we got the very old 1910 that we need to review. We got I got Chuck Stellum pick.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know what that means, but yes,
Stellum
we got
Flight.
that.
We got
Oh
five,
yeah, the Stellum Flight.
Yeah, Stellum
And
Black.
and we've with the Stellum Black, and we're going to send a sample of that to Ed Bell and Ed Sturger because they both won in one of our
Wheel of
giveaways.
Fortune.
Our Wheel of Fortune, our Wheel of Amazingness.
Our Wheel of Ed, I guess.
Yeah, basically. And then we've got your sample 1 and sample 2 of a couple blind samples you've sent that we need to record.
Ooh, what
Yeah,
are those?
I've got those already.
Oh no, I do remember what those. Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, so those will be good.
Oh.
These are
And then probably by the
ones.
time we get done with that, we'll have to do your blind flight that we have to battle off and see if anybody can beat you since you've taken the first win.
all right. I like it.
So we got some fun
start
stuff
working
coming up. Somewhere in there, we'll hit 1,000 subscribers, which means then we have to have a special 1,000 subscriber live stream when we officially get monetized. And I have not touched my Pappy 15 anymore. We will send out samples of that along with tons of other stuff. We've said Ed Bell is going to give up a Four Roses barrel strength. Chuck said he's going to give up one of Brian's new riff barrel picks that we did. I can find a bottle that's sitting around here
Just to give away.
to give away. I might go pick up a special bottle. Who knows?
And I'll give out as much Henderson as I can afford.
Yeah, and yeah,
All
we'll
the
randomly choose a loser that gets a bottle of Henderson. So it'll be fun. We got lots of fun stuff coming.
How to go from 1,000 to 999 subscribers real fast.
I don't know. There's got to be somebody that chooses pain every time. I just like to see the world burn. Click. So we got lots of fun stuff coming. I still enjoy video editing. I don't know why. Man, I'm a teacher. I enjoy pain, so I guess that's the reason why. But yeah, so please keep watching. Let us know other things you want us to do. We're suckers for people giving us information, and we'll do it. Especially if you tell us bottles we should buy. I will gladly go out and buy bottles for the good of the channel.
It's for the channel.
Yeah. And you've got to give another random bottle you buy, and we do the video
Night,
with
Nick.
just the two of us.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Later,
Good night,
Nick.
Nick. And we'll review that and see what I think and everything like that. So
Okay. I can
Yeah,
do
I've
that.
liked those segments. Heather just buys TJ random
Just
bourbon.
buy a random thing.
I am
All right.
always for Heather buying me random bottles of bourbon. So yeah.
Because it comes out
I
of her
like
budget, not
the
yours.
off the beaten path stuff.
Yeah.
You guys can rely on me for that. Like, let me find something random.
No, these 3 bottles were great. Like they are 3 bottles I would not normally pick, but they were 3 quality bottles.
But after I said them, you were like, "Oh yeah, I know that one." So
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the only one. Yeah, I mean, I remember the Castle and Key, but that was like it's been a long time since I had the pinhook.
Yeah.
There's something familiar about that MGP background,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I mean, you heard my explanation. I was really thrown for a loop. I thought it could have been a rye, could have been but the Peerless threw me. I was figuring it was crafty because like I almost thought it was in a smaller barrel. I almost thought it was in a what is that 35-gallon barrel but.
So
They're different. I know. You know I like Peerless.
yeah,
So
you do.
should have guessed that I put that in there. Next time. When do I get to pick 3 more?
Well,
And
so
send them to you all.
next month is Chuck. The month after that is Brian. The month after that is you again.
Okay. So I have some planning.
Yep. That's
time to
very
plan.
dangerous.
Time to
So,
scheme.
so whatever TJ hasn't gone through.
Question is how long can she wait before she sends the bookers? But then she's got like
What? Why would I send that?
Oh,
She would,
yeah.
she's not gonna see the booker.
she's
That
got
means
12
less
bookers she
for
can choose
her.
from. Yeah.
Yeah, the
So.
one thing we know it will never be.
It's a bookers.
You are not worthy.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah. Once again, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hit us up. Let us know other things you want. We are always open for ideas, everything like that. And we'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Power bourbon.
See ya.